Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with a Collings 001 14-fret T. This particular guitar was built in 2021, and the specs are modified just a little bit from the standard specs that this model would have, primarily in that it features an all-mahogany body. The guitar usually would have Honduran mahogany back and sides. In this case, they also gave it a mahogany top. So it's an interesting variation of the standard specs of this 001 14-fret T. So Collings T-series guitars, or traditional series guitars, came out a few years ago, and they're a very interesting variation on the standard Collings guitar. Essentially, Collings is trying to get into more of a vintage type tonality on these guitars. They've kind of rethought everything a little bit, and most of what's different about these guitars happens on the inside. They feature lighter construction, and you can really feel this in the weight of the guitar. They have an ultra thin satin finish, which I think is really gorgeous. I've seen several guitars with this, and they do a beautiful job with this. They are braced just a little bit lighter. They've sort of redesigned their neck construction a little bit, kind of trying to get some of the energy transfer from the neck to the body that is found in some vintage guitars. And so these guitars have a T-bar reinforcement as well as an adjustable truss rod, and really a great neck shape. This is just what they call the traditional neck shape. Fairly full feeling, not particularly V-shaped. So as you go up the neck, the V becomes a little bit more pronounced. So it's sort of a compound radius kind of a feel on this guitar. Really, really a nice feeling neck. The guitar has a short scale. And it is a lot like what you would expect a 14-fret 00 to be like, but of course, as with every Collings guitar, there's so many little things that Collings sort of has figured out for themselves that make these completely unique guitars. In terms of the appointments of this guitar, we have tortoiseshell binding on both the front and the back, kind of a basic two-layer purfling, a relatively simple multi-ring rosette, beautiful in black and white, and what I'm assuming is also mahogany in this little center strip right here. A small teardrop OM style pickguard, and ebony fingerboard and bridge, of course. Simple dot fingerboard inlays, dots on the side, Waverly tuners, and as is the case with any Collings guitar that I've ever held or played, the craftsmanship is just really superb. All the fit and finish is really as close to perfect as you can get. So, as I mentioned, part of the idea with these traditional series Collings guitars is to kind of take a different approach to the Collings voice. And these guitars are designed to have sort of a strong fundamental mid-range, full trebles, and I always find that if you can build an acoustic guitar that has rich and kind of round-sounding trebles, the rest of the tone is probably going to follow. And personally, I tend to like guitars that have that, and this definitely offers that. A very nice open and rich sounding treble strings, great sustain. Now I think I mentioned in the beginning to this video that these 001 14-fret Ts usually come with a spruce top. This one has mahogany, and of course that brings its own tonality to the table. Typically, mahogany top or hardwood top guitars are thought of as having a little bit of a natural compression, a little great sustain. A lot of people like them for playing slide. But I find, especially on these Collings hardwood top guitars, I've played quite a few of them, they tend to retain some of that dynamic range that you would think of with a spruce top, and sometimes with hardwood top guitars that gets lost a little bit. But these really have a lovely dynamic range as well. So let me show you a little bit what it sounds like if I'm playing it with a peg. really able to follow some of the heavier strumming that I'm doing with this, as well as still having a nice sort of bloom and response when I'm playing it much softer, or playing finger style in a much softer kind of a style earlier when I was in dadgad tuning on the guitar. So this particular guitar I found at Schoenberg Guitars here in Tiburon, California, not far from our studio here at Peghead Nation, and it's built in 2021. It's a very cool guitar. It's of course very representative of the type of customization that Collings can do to its standard models. So it's just a very fun guitar. I've liked all the traditional T-series guitars that I've played, and this is just a great variation on the standard concept. So definitely check these guitars out. T-series guitars are available in almost all the body styles that Collings makes, so this is really only one example of what they can do with that concept. So I'll go out finger picking on the guitar just a little bit more. I'm going to keep it in standard tuning. Hope you come back here to Peghead Nation for more of our gear demos as well as our lessons. If you're seeing this on YouTube, definitely check us out at pegheadnation.com. Again, not just for our gear demos, but also for our full range of instrument lessons, not just for guitar, but also many other fretted and stringed instruments as well. My name is Teja Gerken. Hope to see you very soon.